All right, what is going on, my dudes? It is that time of year again where Cyber Weekend is just around the corner. And what that means is we're going to take some time and sit down and predict what some of the deals are going to look like. Now, on Cyber Weekend, if this is your first Cyber Weekend or if you've forgotten, there's going to be a big sale weekend. Usually it's a weekend, right? Usually the day after Thanksgiving until the Monday, where there's going to be a lot of deals in the money offers and also for units. Now, of course, you can grind these units for free, and many people spend the year grinding in the arena so they can spend their units on July 4th and Cyber Weekend. Better than opening cav crystals. You usually get a better value for your money than throwing them at cav crystals or your units, right? Now, of course, one quick thing I want to say, I always say this stuff, but I want to put it here as well. If you don't have the disposable income in real life to be spending on a mobile app, do not do it. Do not feel pressured by your alliance mates, by your friends, by YouTube videos that you see. This video really is more so for the people who are already planning on spending on these holidays. But do not feel pressured to do so if you're not in the financial position to do so. It's totally okay. Everything that you're going to be able to buy on these big sales, you're going to get in the game eventually, so everything's going to look really shiny and nice at first, but if you're really not in a position to spend, it might be the smarter idea not to. Of course, it's your money. You can do whatever you want to do with your money. It's your decision. I just like to put out the little thing of don't feel pressured, okay? So what we're going to be doing in this video is predicting the money offers and the unit offers for both the Paragon and Thronebreaker progression titles. I am very far removed from the economy for the Cavalier and Uncollected progression title, so I do not know how to even possibly predict those. So this is just going to be Paragon and Thronebreaker, and of course I'm very high up on the Paragon scale, so even the Thronebreaker I'm a little bit removed from in that economy, but I feel like I have a decent enough idea to be able to predict some of those deals. So let's start jumping in today with a bit of a format setup, okay? So Cyber Weekend last year had the thing where you had the money offers, and then for the units, they had the store. Now, I do think this is going to come back. I feel like what they're trying to do with these sales is have these themes, right? You have spring cleaning, where you buy the doubloons and you trade in the doubloons, you get to keep the units. You have July 4th, where they had that standard 1K, 4K, 10K unit bundle deal. And I feel like they want this store to be for Cyber Weekend. The store happened last Cyber Weekend. Okay, it did not come back for July 4th. I thought it was going to come back for July 4th. I was wrong about that. I think it's going to come back for Cyber Weekend. We will see. We'll find out in a couple of days if I'm right about that. I think it makes sense, right? You can kind of spin it in like a holiday sort of way or whatnot. So we'll have to see how they decide to go about doing that from a marketing standpoint. But that is the format I do believe we are going to see. Now, without further ado, we are going to be jumping into the actual predictions. And please keep in mind, I spent about 10 minutes thinking about all of these. So obviously all of these are going to be 100% accurate. So let's start jumping in with the $5 Peter Parker's wallet over here. Now, first things first, bold materials. I believe there will be gold in all of them. I also believe there will be Cavalier Nexus crystals in every single bundle, both units and for the money. Why? Because last Cyber Weekend, those were there and they were fun. They were fun. It was a way to give people ISO, because what happens after these deals, people complain about gold and people complain about ISOs, myself included. I'm not saying complain is in like a bad way, because there's usually not enough gold, there's usually not enough ISO. Last Cyber Weekend, there was more than enough ISO because of all the Cav Nexus crystals, right? So I feel like they're going to bump up the gold. I feel like they're going to include the Cav Nexus crystals once again. Now, relic stuff. Will there be relics in these deals? Maybe there will be a small amount of relic deals in all of them. I do not think, I hope there won't be a big relic thing like just in the Odins or for the big unit package. We'll have to see, man. I don't really know. I mean, relics, as of recording this, you can't even use relics yet. I can only imagine there's going to be some relic stuff. I think it's going to be a small amount of relic stuff in each thing, but we'll have to see. That's at least my hope, that if there is relic things in these deals, that it doesn't take away from the big ticket items. Okay, so anyway, 7.5k 6-star shards, a tier 5 basic, 2 tier 2 alpha, and a small amount of rank 4 materials. Now that certainly seems like a lot, but one thing I looked at when making this video is, first and foremost, there are the new daily deals that every single week you can spend $35 and you can get 19,000 6-star shards. You can get 20% of each rank 4 catalyst, or you can get 20 signature stones. So the MCOC economy is all over the place right now. It's nuts, especially with the Battleground store, where you can get 56 stones a week, 30,000 6-star shards a week. 4 tier 5 basic a week, 10 tier 2 alpha a week, and you can get all of these things just by playing Battlegrounds, right? On top of that, the Elder difficulty rewards were really juicy for the side quest this month. So the rewards are really just ramping up. We have 7 stars coming in the near future, so I do feel like this is going to be one of those holidays where the economy just booms a little bit more. Now, last July 4th, my predictions for July 4th were about 30% of what ended up being for the July 4th. So the predictions here are going to be a little bit generous, I think. But I feel like that's just the way that these sales have been moving. Every time the needle just gets moved a little bit more. So let's keep it moving with $10 offer here. 10,000 6-star shards, 50% T5CC selector, and a medium amount of rank 4 materials. So about 10% of them here, 20% of them here. So not like half of a catalyst, but about 20% of each catalyst. And 3 tier 5 basic and 8 tier 2 alpha, and of course the gold and the Nexus crystals and all. For the briefcase, a $30 Nexus crystal, 6-star Nexus crystal. This is very similar to the July 4th offer. I just changed the basic into a Nexus because I feel like the basic crystal was kind of there just to be there. So I think a Nexus crystal is fair, a full T5CC selector, 1 to 2 generic rank up gem, and then toss in 5 tier 5 basic and 10 tier 2 alpha as well. Moving on to the 2 big ticket items here. These are always kind of nice, but then these 2 usually have some juicy stuff. So for the Black Panther's treasure, 100 6-star generic sig stones total, right? For one of them, you can get 3 of these, of course. 3 full T5CC crystals, 2 class Nexus crystals, a 2 to 3 generic rank up gem, and then 1 of each tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha. These were in the Odin last year, when rank 4s were still super duper rare. They're a lot more common now. You buy 3 Black Panther's treasures, you get a rank 4. That's what I'm feeling. For the Odin, I have predicted this every one of these videos I've ever made. I think this is finally going to be the year that we see the 5 champ basic Nexus crystal. I've predicted this every single one of these videos I've ever made because it just seems like such a no-brainer to me. I feel like this is finally the time we're going to see it. Over 215 champions in the base pool at this point. I don't think it would be crazy if this was a 10 champ basic Nexus. You can still open it and get absolute crap from the entire thing. That might be pushing it a little bit, maybe 6 champ Nexus, but I do think a 5 champ basic Nexus we will see. 3 class Nexus crystals, 50% tier 6 class catalyst selector. That might be a little bit too much. I don't think we see less than 25%, but every single time these sales surprise me. So I'm going to jump to 50%. 5 tier 5 class catalyst selector just like July 4th, and then double these, 2 tier 6 basic, 2 tier 3 alpha, and this might be pushing it. This might be pushing it, but a 3 to 4 class gem. Now let me explain why I think a 3 to 4 class gem isn't too crazy. Back when rank 3s were about as common as rank 4s were at the top of the game, the holiday came, whether it was Cyber Weekend or July 4th, where there were 2 to 3 generic gems in the Odin. And everybody was like, whoa. And this was before the economy exploded. The MCOC economy, well, the real world economy kind of exploded too. Not in a good way. This economy is exploding in a good way where there's a lot of things to have. But I think that 3 to 4 class gem is going to be that ticket that is like, hey, you want a rank 4? You want another rank 4? You get that. You get the gem. You get the gem. You also get some crystals. You can get guaranteed value for a rank 4 if you buy more than 1. But you also get a rank 4, but full rank 4, but it's going to be random, okay? So I think that's fair. Again, all of this put together really might be way too much. You know what I mean? I'm not a game economist in the slightest, but I'm just saying I feel like every single sale, the envelope gets pushed a little bit more. So this would certainly be enticing for me, especially where the game is right now. It's just the economy just keeps exploding. It's very easy to get a lot of these things. So with how easy it is to get 6-star shards, with how easy it is to get 50 6-star sig stones a week if you play Battlegrounds very hard, you gotta entice the spenders to spend. You know what I mean? If you're gonna make listen, don't get me wrong, the rewards being available for free to everybody is the way it should be. But at the same time, when you're doing these big sales for $100, which is a lot of money, you need to entice those people to spend that money. Otherwise, I'll save it. If you want my $300, you have to entice me. So if you say to me, you buy 3 Odins, you can have 5 new rank 4s, but 3 of them will be random, but 2 of them you can select. I'll say, okay, I think with the way the game is right now, I think that's fair. I think I feel good spending that for that. Especially with how the deals were for July 4th and how the reward economy has changed since. Again, these are predictions. Who knows? This was just something that would entice me to spend. Now, going into the units, okay? This is exactly how the store was set up last year. I think it'll stay the same. Who knows? But let's start jumping in. For the 1,000 unit bundles, there will be 3 of them, I think. For one of them, 10,000 6-star shards. They love their mythic crystal, so I think there'll be a mythic nexus and gold in all of them. Over here, they know that T4 CC and Tier 4 basic is a really stupid and hilarious bottleneck, so I think there's going to be 30 Tier 4 basic and 30 Tier 4 class catalyst selectors here for 1,000. This would be so annoying to choose through, right? Selecting 30 of them, but who knows? Over here, 5 Tier 5 basic, 15 Tier 2 alpha, and a Tier 5 class catalyst selector. For 2,000 units over here, 10 Tier 5 basic and 24 Tier 2 alpha. For these 2,000 units over here, 45,000 6-star shards and 40 6-star SIGs generic. Plus, for another 2,000 units, 2 1-2 generic gems and 2 Tier 5 class catalyst selectors. Over here, if you spend 10k total, they kind of go in like a bundle in my mind. You get another rank 4 there, right? You get 3 Tier 2 alpha in this one, 3 Tier 6 basic in this one, plus 6 total nexus crystals, 3 Tier 5 class catalyst selectors, and 3 2-3 gems. Over here for 5k down here, 100 6-star SIGs, 40 plus 5 SIG selectors, meaning you choose the class, and then a 6-star awakening gem random. Then in the final 3k, a 6-star generic gem, awakening gem, a 2020 and 2021 champion selector, and a 3-4 generic gem, rank up gem. So this is a lot of stuff for paid and for free, right? For units. If you grind the units for free, of course, time is money, all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Nothing in life is free. I know everyone always comments that. I get it. I agree. But point is, for if you're spending cash money or if you're not, lots of stuff. Now, I went ahead and I added all of these together. If you buy it out, that means you get everything, you spend all the deals, and you get all the units. 120,000 6-star shards, 27 total nexus crystals of all different kinds, 13.5 Tier 6 basic and Tier 3 alpha, giving you 4.5 rank 4 choices. So if you're at 1.5 or more, you can get 5 choices, or you could be on your way to your next one. 44 Tier 5 basic, 108 Tier 2 alpha, 600 6-star 6 stones, and of course other things, 2-3 gems, 3-4 gems, generic awakening gems, all that other stuff. So I feel like this is very generous over here with all of the items, right? I don't think it's going to be this fruitful, but I thought that July 4th was going to be about 25% as fruitful as it was. So we're going to have to see, man. But I think I'm going to lean towards the side of fruitful for this one. I think that the one that is might be a little bit too much is all of this together. This is probably too much, but I do think we're going to see some sort of Tier 6 class catalyst. We had this last time. We had one of each last time. They got to double it. We probably won't see the 3-4 class gem. Maybe we'll just see 3 Tier 6 basics, 3 Tier 3 alpha. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, lots of stuff if it looks anything like that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Thronebreaker now. Now, Thronebreaker is interesting because the game is moving forward now. 7 stars are coming. rank 4s are a lot easier to get. I don't think they necessarily want players to be able to just buy their way from Thronebreaker to Paragon, assuming that you just hit Thronebreaker and you have absolutely 0 rank 4 materials. However, I do think they're going to allow that to happen this time. So my main metric for coming up with the deals for Thronebreaker is there has to be a way, if you buy out the entire thing, to get 3 rank 4s. And that may be way too much, and it probably is too much. But like I said, fruitfulness. Same premise, gold for all, nexus for all, relic stuff possibly for all. Now, the deals that I made here for Thronebreaker are essentially the same ones as Paragon, just watered down a little bit, because that's just how the progression titles work. So for the 5, you get the 5,000 6-star shards, 1 T5 basic, 2 tier 2 alpha. For 10, 7.5, less of a T5 CC selector, enough to do a rank 3. For the briefcase, for the $30, a Nexus crystal, 50% T5 CC selector, the 1 to 2 generic gems still there, 4 tier 5 basic, and 8 tier 2 alpha. For the Black Panther's treasure, 50 SIGs total, which is a little bit less. 2 full T5CC crystals, 1 class Nexus crystal, and then half a tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha. If you buy all 3 of these, you get 1.5 in the Odin's Vault. 5 champ basic Nexus. I think if they make those, you're going to toss them into the Thronebreaker as well. 15,000 6-star shards, 3 tier 5 class catalyst selectors, 1 tier 6 basics, 1 tier 3 alpha, and a 2 to 3 generic rank up gem. And then for the units, I'm going to unlock them all because I want to get into the theory of the 3 rank 4s, okay? So pretty much very similar stuff here. 6-star awakening gem, 2021 and 2020 champ selector, 3 to 4 class gem, not generic, okay? The same premise exists for everything else here, just some of it is on a little bit lower amounts. That's the only difference here. But basically, 1.5 tier 3 alpha and 1.5 tier 6 basic, right? For the 10,000 units over there. Going along with the 1.5 tier 6 and tier 3 if you buy all 3 Black Panthers. Going along with the 3 full catalysts of each if you buy all 3 Odins. And the 3 to 4 class gem, making the 4th rank 4, or the 3rd rank 4, if you buy all of the unit offers as well. Now, historically, the top progression title has been rather juicy, and the second highest one has not been, right? So this might be a little bit too juicy. It might be about like maybe 65-70% of this, enough where if you already have 1 rank 4, 2 rank 4s, it might be enough to get you to Paragon, you know, if that's what you're really looking for out of the sale. I definitely feel more confident predicting Paragon style rewards, offers, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind though. And of course, keep in mind at the end of the day, these are just predictions. It's really just for a fun video. Like, hey, this is what I think we might see. Doesn't hold any weight whatsoever. If you really like these predictions, don't tie your hopes to them, because I have no freaking clue what we're gonna see on Friday, because every time I've been surprised, either in a good way or a bad way. I've never opened up the game on a deal day and said, yep, that's what I expected. It's always been, holy crap, did they click the wrong button, in a good way or a bad way, because it's either the deals are really good or the deals are really bad, you know? So there hasn't been bad deals for a while on the big holidays, so I'm definitely not expecting bad deals. I don't think it's too difficult to look at the July 4th deals and make them better. So I think they're going to be able to do that, you know? Will they be good enough to entice me to spend a lot? We'll have to see. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about these deal predictions. Do you think they're too good? Do you think they're not good enough? I don't think you're going to think they're not good enough. But do you think they're too good? But keep in mind before you think that, the increase of the game materials just being thrown out there in Battlegrounds, Alliance War rewards, AQ rewards being bumped up soon, the Glory Store, the daily deals, all this other stuff. Keep in mind that these are still the big sale days that have to look very appetizing to big spenders. So keep that in mind when you make your decision if you think this looks crazy or not in the comment section below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what I'm sure will be a big Cyber Weekend opening coming to you very, very soon. I'll be seeing you around. So if you say to me right now, you can get you can get 1, 2, 4. 4. I did some math right there real quick. You can get 4 rank 4s. 4 new rank 4s. Right? 5. 5. 2, 4, 6. It's 2.